Hey Jeff, this is Joe. Read your email. I just want you to know the delay of anything right now for everyone is the COVID. My wife came down about 18, 20 days ago, and trying to take care of her, I got it really bad. I'm trying to wrap up down a pint of blood and lost about 21 pounds. I'm just super weak, trying to overcome it. But I want to address a couple things in your email. No, I took nothing personally. To me, try to help you understand what I know, and then maybe we could get on the same page, because something seems to be awry. That's okay. You're aggressive with your language, and that's all right. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. The Google My Business listing, I want to start with that. And, when I go in, Google My Business listing, go down here, everybody's verified. I got one that closed their business. It was a partnership that ended. See, it's verified. Okay. So we did Dallas-Fort Worth Metropolitan to start it off. Did Houston, San Antonio, just so you could have a nice bandwidth. And then, that should have been fine. Reason why your Google My Business listing for AC365 is showing up because it's a local business, sir. It's not a national, no brick and mortar business. There's a difference. I wish people would help you know these things. We had a local brick and mortar, it would already be popping up. It's not that the listing is not there. It does exist, sir. When I verified it with your code, that should have went to 80 to 100% and only went to 65. And that's because it's requiring indexing. Trade Jobs is used a lot by a lot of different people. So it has to index more for it to be able to come up on a search specifically for you. I know it's like not stuff we want to hear, but that's just how it works. So if I click View Search Map, see, your business is live on Google. Google is telling you that. Now, it's not that nothing's not been done, sir. I have 6 email transactions with Google support, and all they keep doing is sending us videos on how to create a profile, if we're suspended, the rules in and out, and everything's there, including a post, including a review. You have everything. Nothing holding it back other than Google's indexing requirements, meaning how much that thing is searched. Because Trade Jobs is highly paid for by a lot of people. So you're new at the listing business when it comes to non-brick and mortar and online presence. Plus, we're trying to capture USA, so we need to let it bake a little more. I'm going to try a couple other tricks. When I talked about the expert, he said we should have already done that. I already relayed all this stuff to you, sir. And I've communicated to them until I'm blue in the face. And so I'm going to get my own guy to go through it just to make sure there's 1 or 2 tricks I was thinking that would work. We just don't want to make a bunch of changes because then you could suspend it or it'll take even longer. Okay, these are precarious. If you click View Search, right, pulls it up. That listing is real. Didn't look any different than the one from AC365. Looks exactly right. And if I pull it up on Maps, looks exactly right. But when you keyword search Trade Jobs, man, there's a whole lot to that. So we'll continue to get that resolved. Just been out of commission, being ill. Now, as far as the Spanish, you had one gentleman that filled it out in Spanish, and he had no problem filling out the form, the profile, his account correctly. He's even credentialed. So I don't think that's the issue. I don't believe you'll lose a ton of applicants or candidates because it not being in Spanish. We can do it, but it's quite a bit involved, hence that long text. One of the two that I sent, and one was regarding this. You made a comment about on that text about thanks for the update. Sir, here's your terms and conditions. Look, everything on this original invoice on this build out, we have done. And when you go to terms and conditions, all right in here, plugins, add-ons, widgets, extensions are extra plus the licensing for those. So not anything new. So when Dan and Lane, my design team in Utah, mentioned a advertising page, it was not included in the original scope, sir. Plus, I'm quoting you like next to nothing. The Spanish itself is labor intensive because it's more than just Google Translate. You're going to offend somebody or you're going to come off looking like an idiot to the Spanish crowd because it doesn't make sense. So we have to use real software. Now the problem when we add that, and then we add the store, because you want to add product, and that's fine. We add the advertising. You have to remember one thing in mind. This whole thing is going to turn into Spanish, including the advertising page. Okay? So the advertising page will be a landing page where they can see what the subscription table looks like, just like paying for a post. And they're going to use the WooCommerce part, transactional part to pay. The e-com part for the store and your packages, that's separate. Has to run differently. But on the advertising, there's a 3, 6, 9-month advertising package. We have dimensions that are required. The banners can show up kind of in different little places. We can put timers on them and rotate people in and out as their advertising runs in and out. But they got to comply with banner size and aspect ratio and etc. We can do that, but that's going to be extra. And again, I'm quoting you next to nothing for that. When the guys brought it up from Utah, I was kind of upset with them because every time you hear a new idea, you love it. Just like I said, Spanish, you love it. And then I get this letter from you saying, why aren't these done? These are going to require more money, and they're going to require the appropriate amount of time to do so. Problem with the Spanish, I'm going to just warn you up ahead, is all the advertising is going to get converted to Spanish. Somebody clicks Spanish, that whole thing's going to be in Spanish. So we don't want, employers to go, hey, this can't make sense what the hell this says. And there's no way to restrict it just to a candidate section, sir. That's a website feature. But those are plugins with license. So we can do the advertising, we can do the Spanish. You let me know about the store. On the Google My Business, your listing showed up because it's directly related to a live brick and mortar. And it's local. It's not national or regional like TradeJobs is trying to become. So the indexing is the issue. Now we've done some pretty cool badass things in the background digital world wise to get the indexing to increase. We're getting close. There's a couple trick or two I could probably try, but I'm just going to have my expert back me up and make sure we did what I'm thinking to make that sucker pop up. We're okay, but Google gets paid a lot of money for the word TradeJobs, and you're brand new in the sea of many on a online presence only. So hopefully that helps you, sir. Not looking for an argument. And I don't find that we're deficit in anything. Add-ons, plugins, widgets, everything else besides original scope is always extra, but I'm treating you more than fair. I implore you to think about it this way. Your guy goes out on an estimate, mentions something else to the client, say that would be great. They go get it done, and then they're like, well, that was included, right? And then they don't want to pay for it. Yeah, it doesn't even sound, I can't even explain it. Welcome to oblige you. Hope you had a great holiday weekend. I'm going to go pass out. Appreciate you to death, sir, and I'm going to do all I can in my power to help your business continue to grow from this side. Thank you.